Hey guys, I hope you are all well and welcome to another video where today I'm bringing you December. I cannot believe it's December. It's like we finally made it of 2022. We've come to the end of the month, the end of the year. So December. Well, as you guys know, I've pulled out my trusty tarot oracle cards and I'm just going to give you like the general energies for this month for like the whole collective on a general level, and then I'll be doing the signs, pulling out a card for each of the signs. So the first card that we have for December is temper your criticism, and as you guys know, we are in Sagittarius and Capricorn season, and these two energies, you know, it's like we're coming to the end of, well, not really the end, obviously it's the end of the month and end of the year, but these two energies can be, you know, the other side to them, they can be quite preachy, quite hard, but also quite cold and quite aloof, even though everything is kept inside. And when it says temper your criticism, this month there can be a lot of that coming up. I'm feeling that when it says temper your criticism is that, you know, towards the end of the year, everyone's trying to wrap a lot of crap up, wrap a lot of things up. These energies of seeing people from the past, you know, wrapping up work. This is a holiday season. It's a busy season. It can be very chaotic. It can also be very, you know, things, it's just rush, and making sure we're working hard. There can also be there can also be some drama and some arguments, even though it is the ending of the year. This card is showing me that there can be some blocks that could be happening. Like a lot of us could really block ourselves this month, coming towards like going into January 2020, coming into that 2023 basically. So instead of like being grateful for what looking back on what the year had to bring for us, we can just be very like, oh, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, you know, this year has been horrendous. And yes, there's other parts that have been, but it's like being grateful of what we've been through, being grateful of what has occurred or happened. There's been a lot of changes this year. And, you know, as you guys know, I did put up on my podcast, I did put up a video, a podcast episode about we are in the Uranus year, we're in the full year, which is very unpredictable. A lot of unpredictable stuff has happened and it actually played out, you know. So the cards never lie. But coming back to this card is also showing us, you know, looking at what is good, looking at what we have achieved. And if we find that we are criticizing ourselves, which we all are, which I probably will be doing myself as well, trying to find the cracks that have happened into sort of mending them. You know, like I'm here, I'm alive, I've got a job, I've got a family, you know, I've got some friends, or I've made friends. You know, there's new things that has also come regardless of the craziness that has come as well. So yes, the first card is temper your criticism, and it's also to do criticism towards others, um, because we all judge. You know, this is what we do. We all judge. We all criticize people. We all criticize ourselves. But this month is showing us to like come within now what we actually can release. The second card is recognize divine timing. Okay. So this is very interesting card. They're all interesting cards anyway. And this card is about what we actually and truly desire this month. So there's nothing wrong. Because remember, we're in Sagittarius season going into Capricorn. And I've said this before and I'll continue to say it. Sagittarius is one of the greatest manifestors along with Pisces, because they're both ruled by Jupiter. And, you know, regardless of how we're feeling energy-wise, if we're feeling negative or even trying to be positive, there are things that we can actually manifest into our lives. And when it says recognize divine timing, this is one of the best, well, this is basically a manifesting time. And recognizing divine timing is that there's things that a lot of us will be wishing on or hoping for. And it could be, you know, this December, but it could also be for next year. And it's basically saying about, you know, what we are going to be receiving, we can get. We just, again, have to believe in it. There are things that some of us are still not satisfied with this year, and it's going to play more heavily on us. So there's some things that a lot of us will still be wanting to work on and wanting to manifest, but also really, really want. And it could be anything. It could be a new job. It could be a new relationship. It could be a family. It could be, you know, a new friendship. It could be a new home, you know, a new body, being, you know, better to ourselves, taking care of ourselves. It could be a lot of things. And, but divine timing is like things can actually happen, whether we really happen now, basically, you know. And this card is about our strong intuition. So some things that we could write or even feel, you know, if we really feel it, it can definitely happen. And I think we all know about the law of attraction. We all know it, but just that we just forgot about it and we just don't practice it enough. So look at there can be some synchronicities that happen this month. There can be some, it may feel like a deja vu moments happening. We could also feel that way there's energies of us traveling back to the past, reworking things or redoing things. But that's about divine timing. So there are things that are going to be coming into our lives that is supposed to be. And there are things that we've probably wanted from a long time ago that will come. We just have to try and believe it will happen. And it's not saying you have to do it. This card is more or less like a reminder of, you know, even though it's the end of the year and the end of the month, there are still things that will still be coming as long as we try to, you know, raising our vibrations and putting that work in. The last card we have is Release Fear. And this is actually a beautiful card coming from Recognize Divine Timing, guys. So releasing fear is basically basically showing us, you know, once we are in that higher vibration, releasing fear that things will happen when it's supposed to happen. This card is showing us that, you know, having that higher vibration, having that higher faith, and knowing that changes are still happening, changes still will come this month, and to also, you know, ground ourselves. When this card says releasing fear, is that we could still be fearing like the worst could happen. Like, you know, we're starting 2023 in not the, you know, we might be thinking, I'm going to lose something, and it could be anything. Or, you know, just feeling quite negative about the year or even the month, like Christmas, or there could be a lot of fear that can come this month. And I get it, because, you know, from going from a jolly sign of Sagittarius going to Capricorn, which is very serious, it can make things to doom and gloom, because remember it's ruled by Saturn, which can bring out fear, it can bring out anxiety, it can also bring out stress. So as long as we try to, because Capricorn is all about putting that work in, so as long as we try to put that work in on releasing things being doom and gloom, and knowing that, again, there's opportunities for us to create a better life for ourselves, things will definitely work out. And also this card is also about appreciating things, again, that is in our lives. So when we are around our family and friends, whether, you know, or you could be celebrating by yourself, it's like just appreciating it. Like, you know, this past 12 months, it's about looking back and seeing how far we've all come, seeing how far, you know, you've worked to get certain things. Or because, you know, Capricorn is a sign that is it's about goals set, and also Sagittarius is about the future. So we can definitely work towards our goals. It's once we continue to release fear, once we continue to not let anything or anyone get into our way. So I feel that this card, the releasing fear card, is a really happy sort of like ending on a general level to a lot of us. And, you know, this card is saying, don't worry about how it will appear, just be open to receive. And it's not easy for everyone to feel that, guys. It's just like a reminder. So yeah, that was the general energies for December 2022. And now let's get to the signs. So Aries, how are you? We are in December and this is your monthly astro and tarot. So in December, we have, of course, we have moons. We have the full moon in Gemini on the 8th. And this is in your 11th house. Now, I'm sure you're going to be revisiting this because, you know, we got Mars in Gemini, which is in your 11th house. So you could be, you know, similar themes could be coming up, but you are letting go of old dreams, old friendships. Your mind is really going to be buzzing. This is a time where a lot of you may be getting very organized as well in bringing in new goals, new dreams, and new friends and new groups. We have on the 23rd, the new moon in Capricorn, which is in your 10th house. So this is a brand new beginning for your, you know, your friend, your career. It could also be your friends as well. A brand new beginning because it's at 1 degree, which is like the beginning of something new. So you could be starting a new job could come. You could be looking for a new job. You could be working for yourself. The list is very much endless for a lot of you Aries. We have Mercury, which is in your 10th as well. Mercury in Capricorn, which is in your 10th. So again, you could be coming out with lots of new ideas now for when it comes to like your career and goals. There could be a lot of communication when it comes to bosses. It could be to do with like a new contract, a new pay rise. You could be taking things a lot more seriously, especially if any of you are working and, you know, setting up your own business or working for a new employee. There could be a lot of talk of contracts. You know, there could be a lot of organization and also a lot of reshuffling. We have Venus, which is in your 10th as well. So if any of you are single, you could be meeting someone at work. You could actually fall in love, you know, fall in love at your work. But also Venus is also about money. So again, a lot of talk of money, promotions, you could get some gains. A lot of you could be doing like a side hustle. This is definitely to do with like the highest point in your life, Aries. So it's this month is very much a ambitious month, I would say, even though it does square you. It's very ambitious. There may be a lot of stuff that you guys may be conjuring up behind the scenes that no one else thinks about. There could also be love behind the scenes as well. You could be working on a project behind the scenes, a lot of that, or you could be working with your partner. You could decide you want to go into business with your partner or a new partnership. But, you know, all in all, it's a very ambitious month for a lot of you Aries. So when we come to your tarot card, you have create boundaries with transform anger. So even though it's a very much an ambitious month, I feel with a lot of you Aries, because you're going to be seen on the stage, because the 10th house is very much seen. There may be some people, especially the create boundary, there may be some people that come into your life that actually want to work with you or go into business with you. And it can seem very fun, very exciting. And, you know, sometimes Aries, when we are around people that actually understand us, they understand like our goals, and you get close with them. But then what happens is that the boundaries can be blurred. And this could be in a relationship, that you can go into business with someone that you are in a relationship with, or even a friendship. And then what happens is, because you're friends, You want your business to grow, but there can be a lot of like lax behavior, i.e., someone's not working hard enough. So you may see that, and this card saying create boundaries. I feel you're going to be having to create boundaries, even though you really like that person or you've known this person for a very long time. Creating boundaries is key because you're very determined this month, Aries. And in order for anything to grow, there has to be that, your friends outside. And, when we're working together, we have to, this is about business. And when it says transform anger, a lot of you can get very frustrated and very angry because there may be certain things that are not going your way. There could be certain things that are very slow. Remember, we're into Saggy and, we're into Saggy, but we're also into Capricorn season. So we're going from your, ninth to your 10th house this month. So, this month is about wrapping a lot of things up, but also these things that you're going to have to take seriously. And when it says transform your anger, is being patient, because things will come to you, Aries, as long as a lot of you are very hardworking anyway. You're putting the work in, you're not cutting any corners, and you're trying to relax and try not to rush and push, because that could easily happen this month. I know this month is going to be a very busy month for you, but also we still have to, work through things in a bit of a slower pace. We're in an earth energy as well. So there can be definitely some challenges when it comes to, group dynamics, friendships, work, business, but also when it comes to our emotions and how we're tampering them. But all in all, Aries, a very busy month, but there's still a lot to think about. Taurus, welcome to your December energies of 2022. I was going to say 2023. But this month is a lot of the energies in your 9th house, which is about, your higher learning, your mind, your thoughts, things are going to be changing. Definitely. I'll tell you why. But yeah, it's definitely about higher learning. Some of you may be working on a project, something to do with law, or working on a book. You've got the nodes in your sign still, but we also have the eclipse, which, we've come out of eclipse season, and it's been quite transformation for a lot of you. A lot of things have come in your life, a lot of things have left, and I feel a lot of you have done it. But now that we are in the 9th house, it's like things start to come all together. So, we have the full moon in Gemini, which is in your 2nd house of money. So there's going to be a lot of releasing. There's going to be a lot of like finalizing and all things to do with like the 2nd house of money, which is ruled by you. You're ruled by the 2nd house. So there's a lot of energy that's connected to money with this full moon. I'll be doing a full video, so look out for that. We also have the new moon in Capricorn, which is at 1st degrees in your 9th house. So a lot of you may decide that you want to go back to college. Yeah, go back to college. You could be thinking and feeling that, something, you did something amiss and you want to either correct it, or you want to like do some studying. So there could be a lot of that going on. There could be a lot of you communicating a lot with like friends, doing like short courses as well. Or even like definitely like courses that will go the distance. It could be you wanted to study like a new language or do something in another country. We have Mercury and Venus in your 9th house. So this is about a lot of you, again, I feel a lot of you will be studying. There could be signing contracts. It could be something to do with business. It could be a publishing deal. It could also be you making friends with people that could be helping you, a mentor or in a group setting. And also when it comes to, like, because you're ruled by Venus, when it comes to love, you could find, if some of you are single, you could find love with people that are completely different from you, a different culture, a different creed. You could learn a hell of a lot from them. But also there could be an obsession, because Venus is also rule your 8th house. So there could be a bit of an obsession with someone, or you could be obsessed with something. There can also be obsession more with money. Okay, there could be a lot of that. You could be obviously wanting your money's worth when it comes to signing any contract. So really go for it, Taurus. But it's very much a positive month for a lot of you, because it's like things are starting to like really come together, especially when it comes to something that is like a goal for your long term. When we come to your tarot cards, you have it's a yes and develop stronger concentration. So when it says it's a yes, really go for it, Taurus. Don't be afraid. Remember, you've got the nodes, which is in your sign. This has been a very dramatic year for you. Not only have you had the nodes, you've had the Mars North Node conjunction in your sign and Uranus in your sign, okay? And we've had nodes, we had eclipses in your sign. So this year, there's a lot of you Tauruses, even if you've refused to change, there's been changes. And this is like another, like, it could feel like a hurdle that you may have to come and, get over. But I feel some of you definitely will be, you could be feeling that energy of the Mars North Node Uranus conjunction that happened for the next 15 years. Should I, not forget? You could be feeling that energy now. And you may want to break away, break free, really, do something really outside the box that, you're not comfortable in, but you've got this urge to do it. So this card's saying it's a yes. This card is also the star card in astrology, in the tarot, which is Aquarius card. So like, it's saying that your future will be brighter if you dare to go there. So if you want to write that book, do it slowly. It's not about rushing. You've got plenty of time. You've probably got 15 years. So do it slowly, but go for it. If you want to learn a new course, a new language, if you want to travel somewhere, this card's saying go for it. The second card, you got develop stronger concentration. Number 8 card, which is the strength card. So developing stronger concentration, Taurus, is, I don't feel a lot of you are jumping from one thing to the other. I feel some of you may be thinking of many different things, but really concentrate on the things that is most special to you, the one that actually makes you feel more comfortable, but also something that's thinking outside the box. And if it is something that you've never even thought of, Taurus, I believe that you will concentrate deeply on it. I am coming very much forward and feeling more like you're learning something new. I do think it's a new language. I feel a lot of writers may be coming through. I feel a lot of you writers will be coming through. You may be starting to do it now. Some of you may decide you want to teach something to do with the law, or you want to do something that you're scared of, basically. So develop stronger concentration is, keep your mind fixed on it. Don't think, oh, it's not going to work, it's not going to work. Just say yes, like this card says, but also really go for it. So a very powerful month for you, Taurus. Hello, Gemini. So Gemini, welcome to your December reading. And this month, a lot of the energy is in your 8th house. So it's a very much a quiet house, emotional house. It's a Scorpio house. So it's about debts, loans, taxes, death and rebirth, but also fears. So a lot of this could be coming up, even though Mars is in your sign until March. We've got more or less like 3 more months until it's in your sign. And it's been there for a very long time. So you've gone through, a lot of you are going through it, and it may be coming to a head now. We have the full moon, which is in your sign on the 8th. And this is about you releasing certain things that you no longer need, This could be to do with money, your relationship, a job. You are peeling a lot of layers. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of layers that you need to let go of. On the 23rd, we have new moon in Capricorn, which is in your 8th, and Mercury and Venus there as well. So a lot of energy, a lot of new beginnings that's happening. It could be paying off a debt or loan. Money could definitely be coming in as well. You could be getting like a tax rebate, which is always good. There could be a new profound love within your relationship. You could actually fall in love with your partner, or fall in love with a project. It could be a secret project that no one knows about, that only you know. And because you're ruled by Mercury as well, this will give you a bit of a stronger feeling, a stronger mind, and stronger concentration. Yes, there could be some contracts you're going to be signing, but it could be many things. It could be like a will. It could be a yeah, it could be like a will. It could be anything that's connected. It could be someone like something from the government as well. But it's also, I feel a lot of you may be working very closely with your partner in sorting out finances in any way, you know, getting money that you're owed, money that you owe, but also working through your fears. I feel this month, because it's the end of the year, that some of you may be talking about your fears more, maybe more open to talking about them. Revealing fears, it could be from like, I don't know, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. A lot of it could be coming up now, because Capricorn is a season of, in a way, of endings, but also we're going to be planning new beginnings. But in order for us to get that new beginning, we need to, you know, open up towards, you know, things that we don't want to open up in. And some of you may feel you're going to be doing that now. So it's a very emotional month. And when we come to your tarot cards, you got relinquish control, okay? And this one's quite controversial, but it's not. It says contemplate death and beyond. Now, this card, I say the relinquish control one is about it's about letting go of things that you're holding on to, letting go of you. You're a natural busybody, but sometimes when we're busy, Gemini, it's because we don't want to focus on the deeper leanings of ourselves. And you could be trying to control that urge that's not coming up. So the relinquish control is be more open, not trying to control your emotional side, because you hide it very well. And, you know, don't be afraid to show deep emotions like tears or worry or even fears or insecurities. So you're going to be releasing a lot of insecurities this month. And even this card, contemplate death and beyond, even though it sounds very morbid, it's the number 6 card, which is actually the Lover's card. So this card is about transformation, okay? So a lot of you may be in two minds about, do I go here? Do I go there? Do I go this path? It could be 4 minds you could be in. So this card is about releasing. You're releasing an old side and you're trying to bring in a new side. And it's not saying it's going to be easy, Geminis, because when we are shedding a new skin, it's never easy. When we're shedding an old skin and we're bringing in a new emotional skin, it's never easy. But as long as we try to navigate that other side of ourselves, we can learn a lot, because you're a sign that is about learning. So this card is also about cleansing. It's like a cleansing process that a lot of you are going to be having too. And even though Mars is in your sign, it's making you extremely ambitious. It's making a lot of you very go-getting. A lot of you could be very materialistic and, you know, just really going for it and not really feeling. This card is like your standstill. Like again, even when I saw this card, I was like, whoa. But then I understood the meaning of it. You know, something needs to die out in order for something new to begin. So all the things that, you know, like because you're ruled by the media, all the things that the media says that you should be having, you could be going for it. But this card is also showing that you need to, you know, look at it really. Is it really something you need? It's a shedding of an old dark skin, and you're bringing in something definitely new, and it's going to also bring you a lot of positive changes as well. So that's how I see this card. It is it can feel quite a shocking card, but it is a card that is something beyond than what you're actually holding on to. Okay, so very, very much a powerful month for a lot of you Geminis. And yeah, that's your December. Hello Cancer, and welcome to your December reading. Now, a lot of this energy is in your 7th house of, you know, partnerships, business, contracts, to do with the law, open enemies. and yeah, general relationships. So a lot of this energy, like I said again, you know, you got Mercury there, you have Venus, and you also have, forgot to say as well, you got Jupiter in your 10th house as well. So forgot to say for the other signs as well. So what this is going to be bringing for you, because you've got the new moon, Mercury and Venus there, a lot of this energy for you, Cancer, is again to do with your relationship. So there could be you starting something brand new, something fresh, and because you're ruled by the moon, you know, you're going to be feeling something is changing, and it could be within you, could be in a relationship. It could be you in a sort of a strange way going with what needs to happen. And with Mercury being there, this is the time to really communicate. Really communicate. There could be something you find out in your, something you find out, whether it's a relationship or a partnership that needs to be brought out to the open. You could be mulling over it, not really know what to say. If you're going to say it, you know, there could be a lot of stuff that you find out secretly, and it definitely will come out into the open. Some of you could be signing a new contract, a business contract within a partnership, with a new partnership. It could be with your partner as well. Also with Venus being there, this is to do with love. So, you know, some of you could find love in a group setting. This could be, if you're single, it could be very much a strong attraction, a strong commitment with someone. You may want to, you know, you may feel very much at home with this person. Remember, Venus rules your 4th as well. So you could really feel at home with this person. You spend a lot more time with them at home. Some of you could also be sprucing up your house, especially for Christmas, you know, with your partner as well, which is always good. You could be cooking more, definitely cooking and baking more. You know, a lot of you want like a lot of creature comforts that's coming across. And even with, you know, Jupiter in your 10th house again, this is to do with your career, okay? So Jupiter also rules your 6th. So this is also with your career, but also your health and your routines. So there's a lot more. Remember, Jupiter was in your 9th. It's going back into your 10th. And I feel your career is going to be on a bit of a high. A lot of you can get promoted. But this month may see a lot of you getting very organized and really determined to like get healthier and fitter, because especially if you've got a new job or a new position, you want to look your best and be your best. So this month is very much a driven time, and I feel a lot of you may be very successful this time as well, because remember the energies are really, really different now. But when we come to your cards, Cancer, you had minimized guilt with listen to your guardian angels. So when it says minimize guilt, this card is 22, which is in the tarot the Fool card. So there's changes that are coming. Some of you mustn't feel guilty about the changes that are coming, okay, because these things a lot of you have worked towards. You, Cancer, like Capricorn, will be looking back on this year, and it may have started very slow, but it's also very life-changing. A lot of the planets have really helped a lot of you. I feel that money-wise has never been better. You know, relationships probably never been better. Some of you may have, you know, had a new addition to the family, a new relationship, or a new, you know, a new job, more money. I feel a lot of you have probably felt more content than you have felt in 2020, 21. You know, it's not going to finish. It's not finished yet, though, Cancer. There's still more to come. But also you've transformed yourself as well. So I feel you're going to look at this. But when it says minimize guilt, don't be guilty about the things that you've had. Don't be guilty about the blessings that you've had, because you've worked hard for them. Whether you've done the emotional work, or whether you've done the spiritual work, or whether you've done the, yeah, emotional work, spiritual, or the physical, you've come through it. So even if things this month start to come a little bit easier for you, don't be guilty, because look back on what's happened between January till November and see how far you've come, and also see why you've gotten the gains as well. And with the listen to your guardian angel, this card is the card of the spiritual, of course. And, you know, I feel that you're going to very much feel very protected this month. For a lot of you, are going to feel very, very protected, because not only are you getting a lot of, yes, it opposes you this month, but also oppositions you can get gains. So I feel that anything that you've sort of like wished for or hoped for, or, you know, anything that, you know, that you've wanted to happen like this year, it's actually happened. And when it says listen to a guardian angel, listen to your intuition. Your intuition's pretty strong this month. And try and enjoy December, because next year's going to be very busy. You know, the planets are going to be helping you again. You know, you got Saturn in your 9th, and you know, you got Jupiter in your 10th that's going to go into your 11th, and you know, you still got more coming, Cancer. So with it, listen to your intuition. Your intuition is going to be very high this month. And even if something was a little bit weird, you weren't really sure, it's all going to make sense now. You know, so things are very much open for you this month, okay? Hello, Leo, and welcome to your December reading. Well, Leo, a lot of this energy is connected to your 5th house. A lot of 5th house energy. And, you know, Sagittarius season, this is where a lot of you are going to be getting out and about, having a lot of fun. We have a full moon in Gemini, which is in your 11th house. So this will see a lot of you dissolving certain old goals, old dreams, old friendships, old groups and associations, and also obviously bringing new things in. And this could also be you know, there could be some investments. You could be really investing in these types of things as well. Investing in a new project, a new goal. Could be you investing in a friendship as well. Especially money-wise, because, you know, the moon rules your 2nd house. And, you know, a lot of things can be very profitable for you. It feels like a very fun month. When it comes to the other planets, is that we have the new moon. Yes, we have a new moon in Capricorn. We have Venus there. We also have Mercury, which is all in your 6th house. So this will see a lot of you beginning something new when it comes to like your daily routines. Some of you could be getting a pet, which is always good. Yeah, you could be getting a new pet, a new workout regime, a new eating habit. It could also be a new job. Some of you could, you know, probably thinking about a new job, and it actually comes. So what does this bring? New contracts, new signing of contracts, working with different people. And hopefully these people are very creative. They could be very serious, but they're also very creative. And you could actually fall in love with this job. It could be all what you've always wanted. The job that you had before, or the job that you're in now, it may be, because remember, you've got the eclipses that are hitting your 10th and your 4th house anyway. So you may want to work somewhere which is closer to home, or working from home. But also you want something that is something you could be proud of, but also something that is very, you know, something that you really, that your heart is singing, that I'm really in love with, you know. So it's great that new contracts can come, and new business deals, but also working with fun people. We also have what else do we have? We have the Jupiter. It goes back into Aries, which is in your 9th house. So, you know, if you did anything that was studying, something higher learning, you know, changing up your belief systems, you could be really working on that now. Some of you could become priests, work in the law, something you want to publish. This can all be the main themes for you, but also learning, especially learning a new language, learning something that is outside your comfort zone. This is a brand new beginning for you. When we come to your cards, you have reverse disassociation with show self-respect. So because a lot of this energy is in your 5th house of fun, creativity, and also this is actually your house. When it says reverse disassociation, you could have thought or even felt, remember this is the heart, that, you know, there's something that you know, really put your heart and soul into. Or it could have been people as well, could have been a business deal, it could be anything that you've done, and now you're thinking about it, you're rethinking it. You know, some people who are in your life or who you surround with, you may not feel that they're fun, or may not feel that, you know, just people that you may have felt that are quite boring. You may revise that now, because, you know, some of you Leos may be one of those fast-paced Leos that actually thrives off anxiety, that thrives on things working quickly and fast. And now it's like, you know what, I should have like taken that time to like really learn the basics, taken that time to be a bit more patient. And now I think a lot of you are going to be seeing, you know, you're probably like catching up with these people, or it could also be like a lover as well, like someone you're dating if you're single. And it's like, let me give it another chance. You know, at the time I was, you know, rushing and pushing, but now let me just give it another chance. Let me just see. So, you know, there's a lot for you to definitely think about. And it could also be a passion project as well. You may have thought it didn't work, and now it's like, maybe I need to dig that up and see if it can work. And it says show self-respect. Like, don't be too hard on yourself, Leo, this month. You know, it's a fun month for you. It's a month of, you know, if you have children, or if you're thinking of having children, if you're thinking of doing something creative, or if you're thinking of going to business, you think of being self-employed, you know, really respect that side of yourself. Even when it says show self-respect, I feel that also shows some self-restraint as well. I'm feeling that showing respect for others. Some people, it takes them a while to get to where you're getting to. So like this card is showing me more or less like slow down. Also with show self-respect is that, you know, if you feel that you need to while out and, you know, get your point across, it's about, you know, trying to look at yourself and seeing how you're projecting yourself as well, you know, because it can make people not want to be around you in a sense. And even though this is a very confident month for you, a lot of you Leos can go over the top. Okay, so yeah, show self-respect. But all in all, this is a very fun month for a lot of you Leos. It's really great if you're going back to a passion project. And also it's really great that, you know, your heart is bursting with pride as well. Hello Virgo, and welcome to your December reading 2022. I'm going to actually say 2023 again. Maybe my mind's just going too far. But yeah, a lot of this energy for you Virgo is in your 4th house, which is home, roots, the past. Very emotional house for you. I feel a lot of you are getting very prepared for like the holiday season, for Christmas season. Lots of cooking, lots of organizing, lots of getting together with family. Could be past family, cousins, brothers and sisters. A lot of, you know, because this energy is in an emotional house, a lot of you may be guided to be slowing down as well. Because we have the full moon in Gemini, which is in your 10th house. And this could be a dissolvement of a career opportunity. You could actually get a new job as well, but you could be leaving a job. It's like now's that time. I've thought about it a lot. Could be from 11 months ago. Now I'm actually going to be doing it. You know, there could also be you. It could be some of you could be an employee to a boss. A boss could be leaving. Like your status can definitely change as well, which is always good, you know, for a lot of you Virgos, because you're ruled by Mercury anyway. So your mind is it's feeling very quick, even though it is going to be a time to slow down. We also have energies that's in your 5th house, because we're edging into Capricorn season. So we have the new moon, which is 1 degree, so it's definitely going to be affecting all you early degree Virgos. And we have Mercury and Venus there as well. So with all of this, is the 5th house is a fun house for you. So some of you could be doing something connected to like a passion project, like something to do with children. It could be your own children, could be working with children, could be thinking of expanding your family because of the fourth house action as well. Some of you could be finding out exciting news. You know, you may be working on a project and it's sort of everything sort of like comes to a head. Some of you, you know, especially when it comes to like your career, you know, if you've always wanted to do self-employment, this could actually work out as well. Remember, this is a general, so obviously look where these other things are in your chart. But yeah, on a general sense, this could happen. And again, you could be signing like some important contracts because you're ruled by Mercury. You could be doing something that is actually beneficial to like when it comes to like your money as well. You Virgos, I feel that some of you had quite a great year, especially with the nodes activating your third and ninth houses. Your mind is on fire, even though a lot of you have been busy. And a lot of this, I feel, is definitely coming to a head. So with this fifth house action going on, you know, if any of you are single, you could start dating multiple people. You know, just figuring out your choices. And, you know, if you've been quite estranged from your children, you could start to have a bit more fun with them now. And it's really great to be doing something that you've always are very passionate about, or something you've had your mind on now, Virgos. You know, so busy time, a great time that is happening. You also have the Jupiter going back into your 8th house. So, you know, this is to do with, you know, joint finances, debts, loans. This is about rebirth. This is to do with fears as well. So I feel a lot of you are going to be reworking all of these themes too. Could be thinking, oh God, but you know, Virgos, these have to be done. When we come to your cards, you have it's a no and become more objective. Now, it's a no in the tarot is the Tower card. So I feel for a lot of you, when it says it's a no, that if you've just gone the route that you feel comfortable in, it's time that things are going to be really dissolved very quickly. If you've been not wanting to commit to anything, or you're scared of commitment, or you know you think something's not going to work, or it just feels like there's some shocking action that's going to be really happening. And even though it says it's a no, I feel it's a no that you are actually now going to really go there, even though that sounds quite strange. It's quite a crazy card. No, yeah, it's quite a crazy card when it says it's a no with the Tower card, because I feel a lot of you Virgos do want something to come in, but you're just treading very carefully. You're wishing on things and it's not actually happened, but you're going to start seeing a lot of it happen now, but it can come very quick. And especially with the full moon in your 10th, and you know, you're going to be doing, I feel a lot of you maybe say no a lot to things because you want something brand new to happen, and you're going to be seeing that now. And you've got to become more objective, which is number 4 card. And the number 4 in the tarot is actually the Emperor card, which is an Aries card. So you've got 2 Aries cards, which is happening for you. And if it says become more objective, it's about you having a bit more of a compassionate side to yourself and to others. There will be things you can actually feel quite challenged this month. I feel the challenge will come is because you're not willing to do certain things no more. You're willing to go like your own way, and some people may not actually like it. Like if you're leaving a job, they might want to pay you more money, or they'll give you more responsibilities, and you're like, it's no. And you know, there's some things that you probably did in your childhood that now, because it's a 4th house action that's happening this month, things to do with your childhood could be coming up as well for you to work through and dissolve. So you're going through like a little bit of a crazy rebirth, even though you've got a lot of great action happening. And it's also, you know, this is also to do with you looking at yourself and challenging the old way and bringing in something new. And yes, you'll be shocked by the action that's going to be happening, but there's also going to be something brand new that's going to be grown from this as well, Aries, okay? So very emotional but fast-paced time for you this month. Hello Libra, and welcome to your December 2022 reading. So Libra, a lot of this action is to do with your friends, third house. So it's friends, it's quick learning, it's your, your immediate environment, it's short distance travel, it's also siblings. So you also are going to be very busy, very busy. All the air signs anyway and the fire signs are going to be very busy this month. And it's also holiday season. So you're going to probably really going to go for it, drinking and partying, having fun, want to be surrounding yourself with people and, just very much a very fun time, but also a very mentally busy time as well. You have energies you have the new moon, full moon in Gemini, which is in your 9th house. So you could be feeling some of this action from like Mars being in your 9th house. And, this is to do with higher learning, publishing, the law, your mind, your mind thoughts, your belief systems. So some of you guys could be going back to the drawing board or dissolving anything that is not aligning with your, balanced spirit, and wanting to learn and do something completely new. We have the new moon, Venus and Mercury, all in your 4th house. So in Capricorn. So a lot of you are going to be starting something new. Some of you could be like an addition to the family. It could also be you moving home, decorating the home. Great time to decorate because the whole Christmas decorations. If you're moving, you're going to be very busy, because it's Christmas season and all that. So yeah, a lot of that could be coming up. And also there could be signing of new leases, a lot of signing of new leases. Some of you could be moving far away, moving to another country, a new destination. There can also be some secret things that are happening behind the scenes that you may not be aware of that can also come out as well. So definitely signing like new leases or moving away. What else? Falling in love with like a passion project. I can see some of you Librans doing. I can definitely see like decorating, like beautifying your home, cooking more. Like some of you Libras maybe really, I'm gonna start cooking. So looking at like old recipes from like your family and start cooking like what your grandma used to do. Really getting together with family and friends, and it could be you falling in love with like your partner again, or even like discovering something new about your family. When we come to your cards, you have love your body with you have support. So the love your body card is obviously to do with like the physical body. So some of you Librans, because a lot of this energy is in your 4th house, the 4th house is about the home. Okay, so I thought there's going to be, because this is the 21 card, and the 21 in the tarot is the justice, the judgment card. And the judgment card is about like an awakening that's going to be happening. So you could have a bit of an awakening when it comes to like your body, like what you're putting into your body, how it feeds your heart, soul, and mind. Again, like I said, I feel a lot of you are going to be cooking. Some of you could be cooking very differently now, cooking like it may be healthier foods, but it may be things that can actually nourish you. I feel this is definitely a time of nourishment. The loving your body as well is about a perception of how you see your body, but also how you see your soul. So there's going to be a bit of a change that's going to be happening, and again, like an awakening that you weren't awakened to. And now also the 4th house is about trauma. It's also about, again, the past and things that we are kept buried underneath. So a lot of that's going to be coming up as well. So there's going to be and also I feel that there's going to be something physical, a lot of physical action could be happening too as well, if you guys know what I mean. The second card you have is you have support. So I feel a lot of you are going to have a lot more support when it comes to any disagreements, because there could be some disagreements, when it comes to Christmas. Yeah, there could be disagreements with families. There could be disagreements with friends, because you know when sometimes you have one too many to drink, this could happen. But you know, you Librans, you guys like to, you know, you like things calm. But when it says you have support, support can come in many forms for a lot of you. So you can have support in the kitchen when you're cooking. You can have support if you're signing something like a new lease. Things can actually come quite easily to you this month, even though it's a squid, you're getting squared. So if any difficulties arise this month, know that sometimes things have to be like that in order for something brand new to come. So if, you know, even if like when it comes to like your home and your family and you're not on the same page, things will actually be resolved. So a very emotional, busy month, but also things start to change as well for you this month. Hello, Scorpio. How are you? So welcome to your December 2022 reading. A lot of this energy is in your second house of money. You know, it's your opposite Taurus house. I feel for a lot of you Scorpions, this month it might feel very much like an eclipse month, because you know we have eclipses in you and Taurus's sign. And you know, there could be a lot of you are definitely figuring out when it comes to like money, spending and saving. I feel a lot of you are also thinking about your future as well. When it comes to like investments in any way, how much your outgoings are and you know what your ingoings are. And also the second house is about food and creativity. So a lot of that is definitely on your mind. We also have the new moon, Venus and Mercury in Capricorn, all in your third house. So again, very active month of business deals, friendships, meeting up with people from the past, groups, friends, short distance travel. Some of you may be traveling. Some of you are single. You could meet someone in a group setting or somewhere where you're actually learning. Could also be your neighborhood. Some of you may decide to invest in like a passion project, something to do with like writing, journaling. A lot of you could be starting to blog. It's actually a great time to be blogging like your thoughts and feelings, because this month has been this year has been life-changing for a lot of you Scorpions, and it can be very quite chaotic for some. A lot of realizations of things. So anything to do with like writing, blogging, you know, even podcasting, if you want to start doing it, I feel that this will be the month to do it, you know, because it can also bring in a new stream of income, which is what you're definitely about. And yeah, Venus also rules money as well. So that's another theme that could be coming to. It's something that you're really passionately connected to, could bring in something new. And also with Mercury being there again, you know, this is about speaking. A lot of talking could be happening. Some of you could be deciding to talk about your deepest, darkest fears, your thoughts, and yeah, and the like, should I say. But I feel you're still rebirthing yourself. Definitely rebirthing yourself. We also have, it's a brand new day. It's a brand new time for you. And we also have the Jupiter in Aries, which is in your 6th. So you're going to be getting organized or restarted working, organizing yourself when it comes to your routines. Some of you could decide to get a pet, or you may not want a pet anymore. Or, you know, you want to really work on like your physical fitness, your body, what you're eating. So this is a brand new, more or less like a brand new time to be starting it. When we come to your cards, you have break addiction with relieve anxiety. So even though, again, this is a very busy month for a lot of you, very busy, you guys are also going to, another thing I forgot to say for Scorpio, sorry, we have a full moon, which is in your 8th house, which is your house. And this is about, I feel this is more to do with like releasing any fears that you have when it comes to like your money, joint finances, paying off any debts and loans, because things could actually start to pile up for a lot of you. This is a time to really release it. Yeah, so when we come to your cards, you have break addiction. So it's letting go of anything that you're tied to, anything that you're bound to. And some of you Scorpions could be thinking, no, 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 I'm not. But then something happened and you actually find that you are. It could be an addiction to someone, something you're doing, anything. Addiction is a multitude of things. It's not just one thing. So I feel that this month you're going to be looking at it very seriously now, and one by one you're going to try to eliminate it. And it's really great if you do it with someone, or someone that is very supportive, someone that can actually help you. Because sometimes when we're addicted, especially when it comes to like our mind, especially you've got a lot of energies that's connected to the mind this month, this can make you hold on and not want to move, and it can actually become quite negative. So I feel that you're going to be seeing that. It's going to be how it impacts your mind, body and soul, especially with Jupiter being in your 6th. So yeah, it's time to work on these things, but in a way that is beneficial to you. You also have relief anxiety. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of you did feel some of you could be very excited, but it could be verging on anxiety. Remember, you've got like the 3rd house, which is happening. So anxiety is about something that's not really aligned. So you could be projecting something, but inside something's very different. Some of you could be wanting to keep busy because you don't want to think, you don't want to feel, you don't want to stop. And I feel this month you may have that change which is coming, and it's going to be a time where a lot of you are not going to be, you're going to be probably forced to not ignore like certain signals that are coming your way. So if you've done things if you've done things that have helped you like relieve anxiety but not in a healthy way, I feel a lot of you are going to be looking at that again, especially when it comes to like break addiction. These cards are definitely tied in together. You know, so if you're used to, I don't know, drinking before you go to bed type of thing, it's not a cussing or anything, but you know, if you know that it's not really helping you, you're going to be looking at that. So you might decide to pray, you might decide to meditate, or do some type of like breath work or stretching, because sometimes we can think anxiety is actually excitement, you know. So I feel you're going to be doing a lot of deeper work this month, especially if your mind is buzzing as well this month. You may want to just slow down. But I feel with you Scorpions, you will know when that happens. Okay, so a very busy month for you. Hello Sagittarius. So happy solar return to all of you Sagittarius that are December born. You know, I feel that Sagittarius season is very much December, even though we are edging into Capricorn. But yes, happy solar return to a lot of you December. For you Saggies, you know, I feel you're definitely looking back on this year and thinking, wow, I made it. I got through it. What a year, you know, because you had the nodes that were in your 12th and your 6th house, which is, you know, the spiritual side and releasing, also like your routines and your health and wellness. And there may have been a lot of stuff that comes up that you guys had to deal with. And it might have been a lot of tried and testing, but I think that, you know, you guys are probably thinking, you know, now this is what I can work with. If something needs to change, I'm going to change it, but I'm going to listen to my body more and listen to my heart more, you know. But yeah, this is in your 1st house. A lot of this energy is here. Busy time for a lot of you. Active time, extremely active. We've got this full moon, which is in your 7th house of relationships. So there could be a release of contracts. You could be breaking away from a partnership, a relationship, but also wanting to bring something new into your life. And we have a lot of action, which is in your 2nd, your money sector, with the Capricorn new moon, Venus and Mercury there. So some of you may be thinking or feeling that, you know, this month is, you know, some of you may be tying your belt a little bit, because there could be a lot of expenditures, a lot of spending, not as much saving. For some of you may be already on that, maybe thinking, you know what, I've got all this money, but now I want to invest it properly. I might not want to put it in the bank anymore. I want to put it under my mattress, or, you know, you want to invest it in a safer way, something that's going to be for the long haul, something long lasting. And yes, you could be signing contracts, but you could also be signing You could be renting out things, a new lease or something as well. And this could definitely be tied into your career. So you can be looking at that and thinking, I'm not happy in my career. I want to change. I want my money's worth. I want to be happy where I'm working. I want to have fun. People are taking the piss. So now I want to, work for myself or work with a group of people. So there could be a change of career. A lot of you could be getting a new job, for instance, a bit like Virgo, getting a new job and something, and it could have been a job that was from the past. It could be coming back. I'm picking up. Like you may have applied for a job, you didn't get it, and now you're getting it, and the actual routine works for you. So yeah, it's all good, especially if you're earning a decent amount of change or money as well. And we have Jupiter re-entering your 5th. Okay, so this is fun time. Very much a fun time to do children, birth, all of these Jupiterian things, creativity, I wouldn't be surprised if I saw a lot of Sagittarians, revealing that, they're having a baby or they're birthing a new project or they're working for themselves, because it's going to be there until May. And, you've got plenty of time. If you've got something you've wanted to create, this is a great time to be doing it now. So when we come to your card, Sagittarius, you have stop breaking agreements and experience rebirth. And the experience rebirth, you would not believe. But anyway, I'll talk about the stop breaking agreements. So stop breaking agreements is, some of you could be, having really good intentions on what you want to do, your birthday season, and it's just like, oh, this is better. Or you could have promised someone something, promised to meet up with people, and it's just like constantly changing. So this card is basically that, about unreliability. Because it's your birthday season, Saggies, you could be extremely busy, but also not very reliable, because the mind is very active, the body's active, but also the mental state is very... So you may need to take a step back sometimes, actually take a step back this month to get some breathing space. So you're not doing too many things at once, not over promising. And also this is quite a great time to get like a diary or a journal, or just make like a list of what you need to do, so that some things are not jumping on top of each other. And so you're not breaking promises that you can't keep, because you don't want to be unreliable on your birthday season. And it can come across as this month, because remember the first house is about the self. So you may be thinking of doing things which benefits you, but in the long run, other people can get hurt. So again, I do think that having like a little diary could really help you this month, so there's no clashes and you look unreliable. The second card, experience rebirth. Like what I said, a lot of you are going to have a rebirth. The rebirth card is a lady with 3 heads and she's got 2 children. It could be twins. Yeah. So when I said rebirth, about especially Jupiter going into your 5th house, a lot of you are going to be experiencing a new rebirth. There could be, lots of exciting things that come out. You could be revealing something, bringing out a project, doing doing something that's really close to your heart as well. You could be reconnecting with your children if you have any, or you could be thinking of children. Yeah, it could be if you're in a relationship and you want to have a child, you could be thinking of that, or you could be some of you could decide to teach. Some of you could actually be that type of get into that teenage spirit of wanting to have a lot of fun. Okay. And I feel that if any of you do have kids and you're reconnecting with them, especially this season, it's going to be so life-changing for you. You're going to definitely experience like a rebirth. This card in the tarot is I always say Neptune card. It is the Hangman. So things definitely can be up in the air, okay? But no, it's not the Hangman. I'm so sorry. I was thinking of another card. But yeah, things definitely may still be up in the air for a lot of you. But I feel that especially when you come together, especially when you're coming together with family or coming together with people that you know that you've known for a long time, or people that you love, you know, there could be definitely like a reawakening of something that you thought was lost, or a reawakening of your relationships are playing out hard as well. So it could definitely be like a reawakening of a relationship, and a reawakening of love and friendship, and you know, actually I feel it ends very much on a high for a lot of you. But as long as you, again, stop breaking agreements and, you know, try to get yourself quite organized, you know, you're going to start seeing that, you know, you don't have to do too many things at once. You can just take your time, because this month might be quite hard for a lot of you to be taking your time. It's a very active month for a lot of you Sagittarians. And yeah, happy solar return. Hello Capricorn, and welcome to your December 2022 reading. Now, happy solar return to the Capricorns that are born in December. So this energy is in your 12th house, moving into your first, and even though it is party season for a lot of you Capricorns, for everyone actually, you guys may be feeling that you want to take it just a little bit slow. Like every year, it's time to take it slow. It's time to relax, rest, gather your energy before the sun goes into your first. And this may be a very busy month for you, more so than ever. You know, Caps, you got a lot. The North Node and the South Node are been very good to you. I know that it's shaken a lot of you up a lot this year because Uranus is there. I know that this year has been very life-changing. A lot of you have discovered new things. There's new projects that have started. Although money may not be very free-flowing as much as you wanted it to, there's still some special moments that you've had, even if by your own standards as well. Some of you probably got married, had children, you know, started new creative projects, or started like a new business, you know, made new friends. You know, there's some special moments that have happened for you Capricorns. You know, obviously you have to think positive. But yeah, I actually do believe that regardless of what the planets are saying, things have changed. So with this month, you have the Mars. Well, you have got Mars in your 6th, but you also got the full moon in your 6th. And with Mars being there, this is about you releasing any things to do with that is hindering your routines, whether it's being too busy, working with the wrong type of people, the wrong job, you know, unhealthy habits across the board, not working out, to working out. Is a time of changing your routines up. And with Mars being there, I think that it will really help you as well. We have the new moon with Mercury and Venus all in your sign. That's why I said to you, it's going to be a very busy month for you. You guys are on a roll. You guys are, I feel that, more ambitious more than ever. Because like I said, a lot of good stuff has happened to you guys. So the first house, the new moon being there, you know, this is a great time to do like a sort of like, even though you've got a lot of energy in your 12th, you are doing like a spring clean and starting afresh before January comes. And there's no time like the present. I feel a lot of you are going to be talking more with like friends, colleagues. There could be new business opportunities that come. You know, your relationships could be revived. Some of you can get marriage renewals. It's possible. And fall in love with someone as well. This could be someone that is in a great position, or it could be your partner that you are. Some of you could be dating as well. Some of you could, again, there could be brand new news that comes, like big surprises that comes. Because the moon rules your 7th, Venus rules your 5th, which is of fun, and also it rules your 10th. You can have definitely a new job. If you haven't heard back from a job, you could receive good news. Maybe this is a general, but I just have a really good feeling. You could also, again, be signing a contract. You'll be saying what you're worth. The hours could be really great as well. Whether it's full or part-time, it could actually work for you. And if you have a family, it could work for your family as well. We have the Jupiter, which goes retrograde. Well, Jupiter goes retrograde, but Jupiter goes back into your fourth, which was in your third before. So a lot of family business, okay, family business. Jupiter also rules your 12th, so there can be some underlying things that are happening within family, but you'll be ready to like sort it out. Some of you could actually move to a different country, or thinking about it, immigrating somewhere to a nicer home, a cheaper home, a better home. Or some of you could just be expanding your family. Some of you could be, fixing up your home, redecorating, visiting family as well, reconnecting with your parents, your mum, just all reconnecting with your roots. It does really sound positive, pretty much a positive time for you. When we come to your cards, the cards that you have is step into the unknown and take positive action. Now, because a lot of this energy is in your 12th house, it can be it is good. I do see it's still going to be very busy because of a lot of these planets in your sign. And I feel that there's going to be because the 12th house is about the unknown as well, the unseen. There are things that are going to be springing up for you, and it could be lots of opportunities, like positive opportunities that you may have a feeling about but didn't know will come. And it's like someone's asking you for an answer, and they may need the answer now. It could be marriage, it could be anything, yeah, but it's like there's going to be some surprising things that are going to be happening this month, and it's about you opening your mind to it and not thinking that it's going to go bad, or there's nothing wrong with feeling that you need to be sure, but it's just making you see something from a different side. Remember, you're an earth sign, so earth signs are very cautious, and there's nothing wrong with being cautious, Caps, but there is it does feel very much if you do this, this is what you can see, this is what can happen, so thinking outside your comfort zone is going to be one of the themes, and it says take positive action. So I feel that a lot of you are going to be thinking a lot. You could be fearing the worst is going to be happening. It almost feels like there's certain things that are too good to be true. It's actually good you're having 12th house, because this can give a lot of you that time alone to think about things. Like if things just come crashing at once, it's like, I just need that space just to like get in touch with like the earth, the ground, my heart, and like so I can come up with like an answer, or I can just think things through. But when you're thinking things through, not thinking negative, it's about raising your vibrations. The 12th house also rules meditation, seclusion. It also is spirituality. So this will be great if you do like some like breath work, or I don't know, you could if you do stretching or yoga, maybe with Mars being in your sign, that's giving you a different type of workout that you could be doing. So some of you may be deciding during this time that you want to start doing yoga, or eccentric stretching, or something quite low impact, because your energy is not going to be there. And again, like Saggy, you're going to be very busy. So with busyness can come excitement or anxiety. So taking that time alone and connecting to the breath, thinking positive, raising your vibrations, and I feel that the answers definitely will come. And, think outside your comfort zone. But a very busy month for you, Capricorn. Hello, Aquarius. How are you? So you're going to very much enjoy this month, because the energy here is in your 11th house, which is actually your house of groups, friends, goals. So you, Aquarius, could be going out there and shouting from the rooftops, "Here I am," or just making new friends, and a time of a resetting your goals. But this is your house. You're going to be feeling at home. A lot of you Aquarians love Saggy season. You really love Saggy seasons. It's like you really come out into your own now. Other energies we have the full moon in Gemini, which is in your 5th. And this is great to be releasing a project. It could be something to do with children, whether it's your own or whether you are thinking about, you know, expanding your brood if you want children, or it's, you know, definitely like a creative project, working for yourself, gambling. A lot of that could be going on, but it's still an exciting time. We also have a lot of energies that's connected to your 12th house, which is the new moon, Mercury and Venus in Capricorn. Now, even though it is a very, very busy month for you, yeah, there are some times where you may want to be alone because of what's happening, like seclusion. You may want to actually, if you haven't done it, because Saturn's been in your sign for, so it's 2020, if you haven't done it, you may decide that you want to start meditating. You may want to start helping others that are not as the same position as yourself. You may decide that you want to set up like an organization, and you know, some of you might decide that you want to volunteer over Christmas, you know, and you know, doing some spiritual work, really getting in touch with the inner self, not just the outer, but more of the inner. And with Mercury being there as well, and Mercury ruling your 5th, some of this could be that some of you could be doing some creative work during this time, which is actually a really great thing, especially before Saturn leaves your sign. I feel that some of you actually want to leave your mark on this world, and this feels like there's no time like the present. So getting in touch with your creativity. If you have children, they can actually help you, giving you lots of ideas. And even with Venus being in your 12th as well, you know, I feel that if you are in a partnership, I feel that there might be an ending, but also like an ending of something that's old to bring something new in. So some of you could be spending much more time at home with your family, fixing your home as well, making it a bit more lively or even very cozy. Some of you may decide you want to work from home. You definitely may be investing more in the home as well, but making it like not a shy room, but like something more peaceful. Some of you may decide you want to move away because, you know, with Saturn being in your 12th, Saturn being in your 1st, actually, it may have brought like a switch, a light bulb moment for a lot of you, that you may not want to be in the city anymore. You may want a bit of peace and quiet. And remember, Pluto's going in your sign, so there's a lot going on, you know. So yes, that's what I see for you. Also, let's not forget we have the Jupiter retrograde in your Jupiter in Aries in your 3rd house. So this can see a lot of you doing some, you know, having a lot of excitement when it comes to how you communicate, whether it's your neighborhood, your brothers or sisters, friends, anything to do with like writing or blogging or learning. Some of you may be taking quick courses, decided to just expand your repertoire. This will be a brand new beginning for you to do that. But I'll be doing a full video on that anyway. But when we come to your tarot cards, the first card you got is Awaken Your Vulnerability with Ground Yourself. Wow, you really couldn't make this up, Aquarius. So, like I said, even though you've got a lot of 11th house action going on, which is your house, you still have a lot of 12th house, which is the sensitive house, it's a Pisces house. So when it says awaken your vulnerability, it's like when you are having that, it's not even that alone time, because there's gonna be sides, there's gonna be some times where a lot of you are gonna be having that sort of like seclusion, and that's when you can, I feel actually a lot of you can actually start to be yourself a bit more. There may be some thoughts from the past that come up. I also feel, because Saturn, the next time this sun moves into your 1st house, the sun moves into your 11th this time next year, Saturn's not going to be there. It's going to be in your 2nd. It's going to be in Pisces. So I feel a lot of you may be shedding a lot of skin behind the scenes and looking back on this year, last year, especially when Saturn went into your sign, to see what you've learned, how far you've come, who's in your life, who's left your life, if you've had any There could have been some losses along the way, financial, spiritual, or, you know, but also there's been, I feel that a lot of you have learned a lot. And I feel that when you guys look back on, especially the past 3 years, on what your life has been like, there can be some emotional vulnerabilities coming out, whether through tears, whether through talking to someone, or whether just through daydreaming. And when it says awaken your vulnerability, don't be afraid to cry by yourself, and don't be afraid to go back to the past. Nothing wrong with going back to the past, because we can see how far we've come now. And, you know, really feel it, really feel what's happened, you know. And when it says ground yourself, so even though you may feel very vulnerable at times, grounding yourself is knowing when to come out. Remember, you're fixed. So it's very hard for fixed signs to come out of something. Whether it doesn't matter if you're air, water, or fire, it's very hard to come out of how you're feeling. Yeah. As you are mentally fixed, grounding yourself is not easy, because you're traditionally ruled by Saturn, but you are also ruled by Uranus. So you could also, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but there could be a level of you not how can I put it, that things you won't be able to ground in a way that can make you move on. Because some of you Aquarians may look back and think, okay, you know, and have to just keep it moving. But some of you will look back and stay. So when it comes to like the new year, you're still feeling very, not even vulnerable, but stubborn in not wanting to move on. So there's different ways to ground yourself. Luckily, some of the actions in your 12th. So again, meditation, a walking meditation, using like essential oils, breath work, because sometimes, you know, you're ruled by Uranus, which is electricity in the body. It can make things just very, ooh. So lots of breath work can help, especially because Saturn's still in your sign. And with Saturn being there, it can cause a lot of you to feel very all up in the air and not knowing how to ground. So using all those tools, or thinking of what you know helps you ground. So it could be talking to friends. It could be watching like a movie, or even writing down your thoughts, I feel will help. So yeah, so grounding yourself. And these cards are actually the Empress card and the Star card. So it's positive. These cards are very positive for you, Aquarius. You know, not only are you letting out your emotions and about self-care, but you're also, it's a positive thing that could be happening once you do all them. So bit of a life-changing month for you, Aquarius, especially because Saturn's leaving, but also a very enlightened month. And of course, we cannot forget you, Pisces. Welcome to your December reading for 2022, end of the year reading, Pisces. So what a year it's been for you, especially because we've had the Jupiter-Neptune conjunction in your sign, and we've never had that in our lifetime. So a lot of you may be feeling very much on a roll. A lot of opportunities, I feel, definitely has come for a lot of you, especially if you've seen them and grabbed them with both hands. You know, you've got Saturn in your 12th. It's moving into your 1st next year. So it will still continue. And also with the nodes really activating and helping you this year. So I feel that it's a time where a lot of you, because a lot of this action is in your 11th house. And no, your 10th house, should I say. 10th going into your 11th. So yeah, it's in your 10th, which is about your career, your goals, your status, bosses. So there could be a lot of changes within your career this month. I feel a lot of you can actually, again, get a new job. You know, even though we are living in a crazy world at the moment, I think because the planets are really helping you, and I feel a lot of you have a bit more faith more than you had like the past 2 years, that there are things miraculously or magically going to be happening. So yes, it could be definitely a new job. There could be changes in your job, like a new boss comes, an old boss can reappear and offer you a job. There could be pay rises, promotions, All of that could be happening. Even though this month does square you, Pisces, still a lot can happen because you are co-ruled by Jupiter. So yeah, if a lot of these things really happen, and I don't doubt it won't, good for you, Pisces. Okay, because you've been through it. You and some of the other water signs, but still there's some good things that are happening. So yeah. Also, other what's happening is that you have the full moon in your fourth in Gemini, which is going to be creating a brand new time when it comes to like your home and your roots and your past. And again, some of you could be moving. It could be, because your family has grown. There could be new people coming into your family, yeah, a lot of like connecting more to the home. Some of you could be, refixing, remortgaging, all of that could be happening. We have the new moon. I'm going to be doing a full video on these as well, but we have the new moon, the Mercury and Venus, all in your 11th in Capricorn. So again, I feel some of you, like some of the other signs, will be very busy. Okay, it's party time, party season. And even though some of you may want to just really knuckle down with your job, settle into your new job, taking certain things seriously, or want to hide, yeah, it's like things are calling for you. There's still things that need your attention, and I feel it could be some of you could be making friends, hanging out with old friends. There could be friends coming back from the past as well that you haven't seen in a long time. You could be talking to or going out with. This also feels, I know it sounds strange, we're not in no retrograde or nothing, but actually we're in Mars retrograde, let's not forget. But I feel that with some Pisces, there could be, yeah, in a strange way, I think there could be some ex-lovers coming back. Because remember, Capricorn's ruled by the past. So I feel this may be the year that some of you may be seeing people from your past, whether it's friends, bosses, ex-lovers, even places from the past you may be coming up against as well. So all this is very, but also some of you may be committing in a relationship. If you're with someone that you met in a group, you could be committing with them. There could be a stronger commitment when it comes to friends as well, but also especially goals. I feel that any goals that is set now, especially the new moon, it will be long lasting. And also because Saturn's going in your sign next year, it's like sort of like go time. And speaking of go time, what's the word? We have Jupiter going back in your second, which was in your first. So I feel a lot of the late degrees Pisces will really and truly feel this, okay? You're getting like another little dose of energy. And with Jupiter being in your first, I'm sure a lot happened. A lot happened. A lot of life-changing thing happened. But this is to do with your money. So a lot of you are definitely concentrating on earning the bag, saving. There could be a lot of expenditures, spoiling people at Christmas because I got money. But also because some of you have been promoted, some of you have come into luck. And because whenever Jupiter travels, you benefit from it. And because it's in a money house, some of you may find it quite hard to rein it in. So this may be the time to be looking at that. But regardless, good things are here for you, Pisces. When we come to your cards now, you have unlock your heart and practice positivity. I'm sure someone else had this card as well. So unlock your heart. So I feel with a lot of you, because you've got a lot of energies that is, yes, it's in your 10th, which is your career, but also you have a lot of energies that's in your 11th. And 11th doesn't make you very emotional. It makes you very much more like, in a way, quite surface. Like, you're very ambitious. You're still ambitious, but you're not like too emotional in a strange way. Because remember, Pisces, you're a sign that you can dictate your emotions whoever you're around. So unlocking your heart, I do feel, is because people and places will come back to you, and there may be lots of heart-to-heart conversations, And some of you may have forgotten certain things, but when I feel that when there's conversation that's going to be had, like honest ones, that's when it's going to unlock things that you either didn't remember, or you just don't want to remember, or you've just forgotten about. So this is going to be unlocking a lot of stuff. I'm revealing a lot of stuff as well. And this also could be in your relationship. Like your partner will be like, remember, we used to do this, we used to do that. And it's like, oh yeah, I forgot. You know, so it's gonna you're gonna be doing a lot of unlocking. And also because it's December is very much a nostalgic month as well. Even though it's fun, it's still nostalgic. We're looking back to the past 12 months. There's gonna be a lot of unlocking. And you also, like Aquarius, I feel is gonna see that how far you've come, even though there has been some blockages and there may have been some down times. This year has been like a turning point, and it's going to be making certain stuff feel a bit warmer for you. When you've got practice positivity, I don't think it's actually hard for you. I just feel that some of you could just be very much up in the year, very daydreamy, which can make you feel very floaty. Some of you who are gaining a new job or something happening positively for like your future and your career, some of you can feel quite insecure about what's going to be happening. Like, oh, I'm not going to stay at the job, or they don't like me, or the people or places, or, you know, it might be too far. You might be thinking the worst, but practice positivity is like basically raising your vibrations. You Pisces are the most psychic sign of the zodiac, like Scorpio and Cancer. And you can make your emotions just run away with you and just go there. You know, you're the fish that swims two ways. So I feel if you wanted to, you could swim downstream and it's not going to be helping you. Remember, Pisces, a lot has happened for you this year, especially that conjunction in your sign. So this is giving you that special power of anything you wish for or you want, you will get. Even if it does feel quite rough in the beginning, if you stick it out, it can, you know, it can work. Very powerful this month, Pisces. So continue to practice positivity. Even if you get like a glimpse of it, just continue to raise it, because you just never know. Okay, so great cards you have, and also very much an ambitious month for you. So guys, that was the December tarot for all the signs. I hope you enjoyed these card messages. Feel free to let me know in the message box. And also don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And, you know, we're in Christmas season. So also let me know how December definitely has gone for you. And thank you guys very much for listening. And I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye.